Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Virgo for the month of February. Now, it is a general reading, and that being said, it may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't, check your other placements. You just might find your messages there. And if not, then check back in the following week when I put out a new message for your sign. So, let's begin. Your overall message is the Ace of Earth. This is a card representing a time of change and of new beginnings that are on the career or home front or both. The change that is about to take place is driven by a desire for security. This could be financial, emotional, or both. And for independence for yourself, or for those for whom you are responsible. It is a time to make preparations and plans for the future so that you are not challenged or placed under stress by these changes that are coming. It is time for you to think of the outcome that you desire. It is time to be grounded in your approach and seek tangible outcomes that meet your desires. Determine your weaknesses and your strengths. Weigh your responsibilities and then decide whether or not they fit with your goals and objectives. Also, be sure to consider the impact your decision will have on those around you. Be certain of your motivation. As a blockage, an obstacle, I feel that in this case, I feel that somebody made an action or took an action, and it was a selfish action. They did not take into consideration the partner, how they, how it would make them feel, or their partner's needs, or whomever is involved. So now let's get into the reading. We have the wildflowers and the card of fate sitting central here. So fate is that unexpected, outside forces, change, things unfolding that bring change to your life in a huge way, and you see it's a warning that it is coming, and you need to prepare yourself. Now, the wildflowers speak to an awakening, awakening to the situation, seeing this change in motion, enlightenment, a sudden realization. The Squire of Swords. And this may have brought on a conflict, accusations, things done without thinking about the other person's feelings, their needs. Again, we go back to the overall energy of the Ace of Earth. We see here this tower has happened here, but it didn't just happen. There were strikes before it went down Two people were on the same floor, were not on the same floor here. There were warning signs that this was coming, because that's what this is in this position, in this deck, is a warning. The Tower's coming. So there was a warning, okay? There were plenty of issues here, but perhaps they were being ignored. Perhaps somebody was not seeing them, because this Chariot, he's trying to climb aboard this Chariot here, but his eyes are closed, or appear to be. He's, you know, if they're not closed, then he's looking down. He's not looking in front of him. So he cannot see that these Sphinx are sleeping, not moving, not getting up. This Chariot is not moving forward. So he may have been blind, or just pushed aside these warnings, the red flags. Because, you see, here we have the, it's excuse me, it's very close to the same thing, the Tower and the volcano. And the volcano is something that is built over time. The issues just kept piling one on top of the other, and they were never taken care of until it exploded and resulted in this Tower and this very unwelcome news. And the Peacock and the Hedgehog. So the Hedgehog is feeling very vulnerable, maybe hiding his pain, may have a very particular tender spot inside that makes him feel vulnerable. And this has to do with this Peacock. So this has to do with decision making. It has to do with deciding what can stay and what must go. There's a recognition that change must happen here. Okay? Somebody here, okay, somebody here is burdened, or felt heavily burdened, or feels burdened by what is before them, you know, because there is a reunion coming up, and again, they could be feeling burdened by what is before them, because with the Peacock and the High Priestess, both of these are about shedding that which no longer serves you, you know. And with the High Priestess, it's like you delving into the unknown, and it's like you don't know what lies in front of you. Okay, so the idea of not knowing what lies ahead is very important, and she must dive into this mystery of, you know, of what lies ahead, and decide as she goes what parts of her will remain and which parts she will shed. And it is ultimately her actions that will, in the end, determine the outcome, if she's willing to shed some things, you know. And so here we have this Eight of Swords energy and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the Eight of Swords is that very precarious situation, very chaotic. You can see the cards flying everywhere. No matter how you ended up here, it will be challenging to get out, because, you know, of course, that's shown by the Hedgehog, that very sensitive vulnerable spot of what must go, and maybe you are afraid to face up to this, or afraid to release what you know deep down must go. It can mean facing fears. You see, here's the thing. In this Eight of Swords, you can wait in that energy and, wait to be rescued, but there's no guarantee when that's going to happen or if it even would. Or you can take responsibility and rescue yourself. Rely on what you know. Think outside the box, and you will find the solution. Now, I feel that that solution is about perhaps a new perspective, or getting a change in the way we think will allow her to fill in this painting, which is that mystery of the High Priestess. Filling it in as you go, painting the picture. Okay. Somebody was burdened, and we have this card of strength here. So, strength, it is strength that comes from the heart. It is speaking to wisdom. To be truly strong means to understand others and not just tolerate them, but accept them through this understanding, through this wisdom. You see, people lash out when they are scared or in pain, and it is normal to react in kind, but strength says that we are more than normal, that we can react from that deep place of understanding, okay, revealed in the High Priestess, which you have, okay, where we are one with all things, where we can treat others the way we wish to be treated, the way we wish to be understood, the way we would wish to be supported. And so, somebody wants to leave this situation behind and try to heal. It could be that there are options here, but none of them seem to please this person. They're not happy with their options. And so, and this has to do with this change, I feel. Things, what needs to go, things that need to change. Treating others as we ourselves would like to be treated and understood. So what we have here is communication, that new communication. This is coming in from the person who made the error. And they are asking exactly for what I was just talking about. Compassion, understanding. They may be seeking your forgiveness for something that they've done. Something that wasn't right. Something that was selfish. Here they are, see? This is explaining. This is somebody whatever they did was exposed. And now they're having to explain. In this case, they voluntarily are explaining from the heart, seeking your understanding, your compassion. They want to fight for the relationship after all. Back here, there was no effort being put in. They've now decided they want to fight for this relationship. They don't want it to end. They still feel very passionate for you. And we can see that they come in with this intention of romance, seduction. They're bringing in this opportunity, and they have things to tell you. This could be professions of love. Okay? Now it's, again, here, I'm telling you this is coming. Now it will be up to you. You have the free will to choose, But in order for this to work, things need to change. All right, let's go here. This is your first lesson, okay? And it is something that that has been made evident, but it may not have yet been embraced or learned. And progress can't be made until it's been addressed and dealt with. And it is loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Okay, so let's talk about this one here. This card has come to you because you must be reminded that there is a difference between being lonely and being alone. Feelings of loneliness originate from a sense of not appreciating the most important person in your life, and that is you. If solitude seems like an affliction, then you need to work on creating a healthy relationship with yourself. Only then will you attract others who will nurture your soul. If you don't develop a healthy relationship with yourself first, you will only draw unhealthy relationships to you. To create a healthy, positive relationship with yourself, you must begin to feel worthy of love. The pessimism of this physical dimension can affect your self-esteem. So, it can affect your self-esteem if you don't have the strong conviction that you are valuable and meaningful. Don't view solitude as a weakness. It is merely your soul telling you that it is time to do some inner work and reevaluate your path before you start to shine. As you sit in the silence of your soul, you will realize that your spirit family, teachers and guides are with you, and that you are never alone. Okay, so this next lesson is in your current, in the energy currently present, whether you're aware of it or not, and it is significant because if you're not prepared for this lesson, it could prove to be a stumbling block, impeding your progress, and it is courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. You need to remind yourself that part of the challenge of being a soul is learning to honor your own power. By listening to your inner voice and following its advice, you are acknowledging the perfection of your intuition Fear is only an illusion, and obstacles are great opportunities for you to demonstrate that coming from a place of love will conquer all of fear's disguises. Perhaps you are changing career paths or entering or exiting a relationship. This test has been put before you because it is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you and only you can make the correct decision. By not taking that step forward, you may find yourself 2 steps back again, only to face that same obstacle again in the future. And this last lesson is a long-range lesson to be learned. It may relate to this situation at hand, or it could be an ultimate life lesson of which the situation is just a piece of the puzzle, and it is discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Your soul has a goal, but it has also chosen to incarnate into a world of distractions. Earth is a dimension of obstacles and challenges, but you have been given discipline as your birthright. It is time to remind yourself what your soul has come back to this planet to learn. This is a great opportunity to reevaluate your priorities and go about your daily tasks with a new system of managing your life instead of being the passive recipient of whatever comes your way, you know. Distractions can easily get us off the work of our soul, and if we give in to them, we can miss many well-placed and pre-planned teachings needed for our inherent growth. Learn that the satisfaction of a task completed is more emotionally rewarding than a task delayed. And so that is your reading. I hope that you will have found this helpful and that these lessons will help you to navigate this energy. You do have a decision to make, and of course you have free will. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings.